Every war, when it comes, or before it comes, is represented not as a war but as an act of self-defense against a homicidal maniac. Can you not understand that liberty is worth more than just ribbons? We are all capable of believing things which we know to be untrue, and then, when we are finally proved wrong, impudently twisting the facts so as to show that we were right. We are the dead. Our only true life is in the future. The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. Man is the only creature that consumes without producing. If both the past and the external world exist only in the mind, and if the mind itself is controllable, what then? A people that elect corrupt politicians, impostors, thieves, and traitors are not victims, but accomplices. It is curious how people take it for granted that they have a right to preach at you and pray over you as soon as your income falls below a certain level. We do not merely destroy our enemies, we change them. News is something somebody doesn't want printed, all else is advertising. The only good human being is a dead one. Confession is not betrayal. What you say or do doesn't matter, only feelings matter. If they could make me stop loving you, that would be the real betrayal. Sanity is not statistical. Men can only be happy when they do not assume that the object of life is happiness. Of pain you could wish only one thing, that it should stop. Nothing in the world was so bad as physical pain. In the face of pain, there are no heroes. One does not establish a dictatorship in order to safeguard a revolution. One makes the revolution in order to establish the dictatorship. All the war propaganda, all the screaming and lies and hatred, comes invariably from people who are not fighting. We know that no one ever seizes power with the intention of relinquishing it. Man serves the interests of no creature, except himself. There are some ideas so absurd that only an intellectual could believe them. At 50, everyone has the face he deserves. If people cannot write well, they cannot think well. And if they cannot think well, others will do their thinking for them. In philosophy, or religion, or ethics, or politics, 2 and 2 might make 5, but when one was designing a gun or an airplane, they had to make 4. If you kept the small rules, you could break the big ones. The greatest enemy of clear language is insincerity. During times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. If you loved someone, you loved him, and when you had nothing else to give, you still gave him love. Power is in tearing human minds to pieces and putting them together again in new shapes of your own choosing. Perhaps a lunatic was simply a minority of one. Being in a minority, even in a minority of one, did not make you mad. There was truth and there was untruth, and if you clung to the truth even against the whole world, you were not mad. Reality exists in the human mind and nowhere else. Freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 make 4. If that is granted, all else follows. It's a beautiful thing, the destruction of words. The essence of being human is that one does not seek perfection. The choice for mankind lies between freedom and happiness, and for the great bulk of mankind, happiness is better. People sleep peaceably in their beds at night, only because rough men stand ready to do violence on their behalf. Nothing was your own, except the few cubic centimeters inside your skull. Orthodoxy means not thinking, not needing to think. Orthodoxy is unconsciousness. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. On the whole, human beings want to be good, but not too good and not quite all the time.